The longtime partner of late actor Philip Seymour Hoffman is breaking her silence about his fatal overdose and relapse in a heartbreaking essay for Vogue. Mimi O'Donnell details her 15-year relationship with the Oscar-winning actor, which began when she applied for a job as a costume designer at his theatre company, and ended in February 2014, when he was found dead in his New York City apartment. In the months before that overdose, O'Donnell says that she became increasingly concerned about Hoffman's relapse following 20 years of sobriety, but thought things were improving as Hoffman planned to enter rehab following completion of his work in the final installment of the Hunger Games trilogy. As soon as Phil started using heroin again, I sensed it, terrified.I told him, "You are going to die." That's what happens with heroin, says O'Donnell. Every day was filled with worry. Every night, when he went out, I wondered, will I see him again? Shortly before that overdose, O'Donnell and Hoffman had tearfully decided he should move out of the apartment they shared with their 3 children due to his erratic behavior, but he did not go far. It helped us maintain a little distance, but allowed us all to be together as much as possible. He still walked the kids to school, and we still had family dinners, says O'Donnell. She also notes that the actor seemed to know his life would be cut short. When I look back at how close we all were, I wonder whether Phil somehow knew that he was going to die young, notes O'Donnell. He never said those words, but he lived his life as if time was precious. She later states, "In some ways, our short time together was almost like an entire lifetime." Hoffman was sober when he and O'Donnell began dating in the fall of 2001, with the couple quickly getting serious. After our second or third date, I said to Phil, "I don't want to just see you casually and see other people. I want to be with you." He immediately said, "Yeah, I'm all in," reveals O'Donnell. The decision to have children was just as quick, according to O'Donnell, who recounts, "One day in the spring, I told him that I wasn't going to renew my birth control prescription, and he simply said, 'Good.' Don't. I was 34, which felt old at the time, and I told Phil that it would probably take a while to get pregnant because of my age." As it turned out, it happened almost instantly. She reveals that when she called her mother, she had to explain who her boyfriend was in addition to sharing her baby news. O'Donnell explains that Hoffman then said to her one day that he wanted to start drinking again, something she immediately scoffed at, but he went ahead and did despite her misgivings. Soon after, he relapsed on opioids, at which point O'Donnell says she confronted him about his drug use. "He told me that it was just this one time, and that it wouldn't happen again," recalls O'Donnell. "It scared him enough that, for a while, he kept his word. He then got better thanks to his role as Willie Loman in Mike Nichols' much anticipated Broadway revival of Death of a Salesman. O'Donnell says that his demanding schedule made drug use something that was not possible, but when he finished the production in June 2012 things quickly took a turn. Uncertain about what to do, O'Donnell says she decided one night to make a decision by the time the Freedom Tower was completed, noting that her relationship with Hoffman spanned the fall and rise of the World Trade Center. Phil tried to stop on his own, but detoxing caused him agonizing physical pain, so I took him to rehab, says O'Donnell. In some of the conversations that we had while he was there, Phil was so open and vulnerable that they remain among the most intimate moments of our time together. She then abruptly adds, within a day or two of returning, he started using again. In late 2013, Hoffman again went to rehab, says O'Donnell, and opened up to his children about his struggles, returning home in November and staying sober for 3 months. It was when he headed to Atlanta to film The Hunger Games that problems again arose, claims O'Donnell. For the first time I realized that his addiction was bigger than either of us. I bowed my head and thought, I can't fix this. It was the moment that I let go, she explains. I told him, I can't monitor you all the time. I love you, I'm here for you, and I'll always be here for you. But I can't save you. O'Donnell then gives a frank assessment of what she, and many others, have to learn to live with for the person they love. It's difficult to stay in a relationship with an active addict. It feels like being boiled in oil, she says. But I couldn't abandon him. I just had to figure out, how do I live with him? And how do I do it without caregiving or enabling, and in a way that protects the kids and me? Then, just like that, it was over. It happened so quickly. Phil came home from Atlanta, and I called a few people and said that we needed to keep an eye on him, explains O'Donnell. Then he started using again, and 3 days later he was dead. He was just 46 at the time, and left O'Donnell a single mother to their 3 children. Literally 2 weeks after Phil died, some fellow parents asked me to show up on a Friday morning to man the store where they sold school paraphernalia, says O'Donnell. And after the 5th person suggested I should start running, I lost it. Quote, I don't want to run, I said. I want to jump in the river and kill myself. Soon she did begin to run though, and the family began to adjust to their new reality. It's been almost 4 years since Phil died, and the kids and I are still in a place where that fact is there every day. We talk about him constantly, only now we can talk about him without instantly crying, reveals O'Donnell. That's the small difference, the little bit of progress, that we've made. We can talk about him in a way that feels as though there's a remembrance of what happened to him, but that also honors him.